You're an importer in Nigeria. You're a builder, an entrepreneur, a vital link in the chain of commerce. But let's be honest. Does it sometimes feel like you're constantly losing a game you don't fully understand? You feel the constant pressure, the gnawing anxiety that your hard-earned money is slipping away with every shipment. You've done the homework. You calculate your costs with meticulous care. You account for the price of the goods, the international freight, the insurance. You build a budget that seems solid, logical, and profitable. You spend weeks, maybe even months, vetting suppliers, comparing quality, and negotiating the best possible deal. Finally, you agree on a price. A price that, according to your spreadsheet, should guarantee a healthy, well-deserved profit margin. The deal is done. The goods are on their way. You feel a sense of accomplishment, of progress. But then, the waiting game begins. And when your goods finally arrive in Nigeria, that feeling of excitement evaporates. Suddenly, the numbers just don't add up. The careful calculations, the smart negotiations, the entire financial plan, it all seems to fall apart. It starts with the hidden fees, charges you were never told about, administrative fees, documentation surcharges, miscellaneous levies that appear out of nowhere. Then come the unexpected, soul-crushing delays. Your container is stuck in a queue, buried under hundreds of others. Did you know that the average delay can stretch from 10 to over 21 days? Each of those days is a ticking time bomb, because with delays come the surprise charges that truly eat away at your margins. We're talking about demurrage and storage fees. A penalty for your container overstaying its welcome, a fee that can range from 20,000 to over 100,000 naira per day, per container. Suddenly, a 10-day delay isn't just an inconvenience. It's a million naira problem you never budgeted for. It feels like a constant battle, a relentless assault on your capital. It's a game where the rules seem to be constantly changing, where the goalposts are moved without warning. If this sounds familiar, please know, you are not alone in this struggle. Thousands of Nigerian entrepreneurs, from the small-scale trader in Alaba to the established business owner in Victoria Island, face this exact demoralizing problem every single day. They watch as their hard-earned capital, the lifeblood of their business, disappears into a complex, confusing, and often opaque logistics chain. This is a story many Nigerian traders know far too well. It's a universal language of frustration spoken across all sectors. You might be importing the latest electronics from China, beautiful textiles from Turkey, or critical industrial machinery from Germany. The product changes, but the story often remains the same. The initial excitement of a new shipment arriving, the promise of new inventory and fresh sales, quickly turns into a familiar, sinking feeling of anxiety. The questions start flooding your mind. Will customs clearance really take another week, or will it be 2? My agent said it would be fast this time. And the most painful question of all, why is there a new, undocumented, unofficial fee that I have to pay in cash before my goods can finally be released? These aren't just logistical questions. They create immense uncertainty and crippling financial pressure. They force you to pull money from other parts of your business, delaying salaries, rent, or other critical payments. This vicious cycle of frustration, delay, and cost can make even the most passionate, resilient business owner consider giving up. The dream of building a successful, thriving import business, of creating jobs and building wealth, can feel like it's slipping right through your fingers. You feel lost in a sea of paperwork, trapped by portside politics and endless delays. But here is the truth, the crucial insight that can change everything. Much of the money you're losing isn't due to bad luck. It's not because your business model is flawed. It's lost to a lack of specific, practical, and actionable knowledge about the intricate realities of the Nigerian shipping and customs landscape. Small, seemingly minor decisions made months before your goods even leave the factory can have enormous financial consequences down the line. For example, choosing the wrong port of entry for your specific cargo and final destination can add weeks to your delivery timeline and hundreds of thousands of naira to your final costs. Misunderstanding a simple three-letter shipping term like FOB versus EXW can leave you unexpectedly responsible for thousands of dollars in origin charges you never planned for. These are the financial leaks. Small, consistent drips that over time can drain your business and sink your entire operation. But what if you could identify every single one of these leaks? What if you could plug them permanently? What if you had a clear step-by-step playbook, a guide designed specifically for the Nigerian context to help you navigate these treacherous waters? Imagine knowing, with certainty, exactly which port is the most cost-effective and time-efficient for your specific cargo, saving you not just money, but precious time. Picture yourself confidently preparing all your documentation perfectly, avoiding the common mistakes and customs queries that trip up even the most experienced importers. This is not just a fantasy. This is not a far-off possibility. It is a skill. A specific, learnable skill that puts the power back where it belongs, in your hands. By understanding the system from the inside out, you can anticipate challenges, mitigate risks, and take back decisive control of your finances and your business's destiny. This guide is designed to give you that power, to arm you with the knowledge the pros use. Throughout this series, we will break down the entire import process into simple, actionable, and proven steps, designed to protect your profits, eliminate surprises, and help your business not just survive, but truly thrive. For many importers in Nigeria, a port is just a port. The common belief is that they are all essentially the same, just different points on a map. So the decision-making process becomes dangerously simple. You might choose a port based on pure proximity to your warehouse, thinking you're saving on trucking costs. Or perhaps it's just force of habit. You choose a particular port because it's the one you've always used, the one everyone seems to use. This seemingly minor choice is, in fact, a critical and costly mistake. The choice between the Lagos corridor, home to the colossal Apapa and Tin Can Island ports, and the Eastern Corridor, primarily Port Harcourt and On, is one of the most important financial decisions you will make for your business. It directly dictates your final landed cost and your ability to compete. You see, each port operates within its own unique ecosystem, with a distinct set of characteristics. We're talking about fundamental differences in infrastructure, ever-present congestion levels, average clearance speeds, and the notorious informal costs that can mysteriously inflate your expenses. All these factors have a massive direct impact on your bottom line, especially through demurrage and storage fees. To put it in perspective, a container that clears through Port Harcourt in an average of 7 to 10 days could easily take over a month to clear in Lagos during periods of peak congestion. That's 3 extra weeks of paying demurrage, storage, and tying up your capital. The differences are not trivial, they are strategic. Let's break it down. Lagos is the undisputed commercial heart of Nigeria, a megacity with immense market demand. Consequently, its ports at Apapa and Tin Can Island handle the vast majority of the country's containerized cargo. But this high volume is a double-edged sword. It leads to significant, often crippling congestion within the port terminals themselves. This operational pressure spills out onto the access roads, creating infamous traffic jams that can stretch for kilometers. For an importer, this translates into days, sometimes even weeks, of costly delays just waiting for a truck to get a slot to enter or exit the port. On the other hand, Port Harcourt, while smaller in overall volume, often offers a faster, more predictable turnaround time, especially for specific types of cargo. Understanding this dynamic is absolutely crucial to your import strategy. Consider this. Choosing Lagos for its sheer capacity and direct access to the country's largest market might be the right move for a large-scale importer with deep pockets and robust supply chains. But for a small or medium-sized business with tight cash flow, where every day of delay means paying crippling demurrage fees, choosing Port Harcourt for its speed and predictability could be the very key to survival and profitability. Beyond the port itself, your personal shipping habits and knowledge play an equally vital role in determining success or failure. Getting your goods from a factory in China to your warehouse in Nigeria is a complex process, filled with potential pitfalls. Unfortunately, many Nigerian traders, both new and experienced, make the same 5 costly mistakes over and over again. These aren't just minor slip-ups, they are fundamental errors that can cripple a business before it even gets started. Let's break them down one by one. The first major mistake is having incomplete or inaccurate paperwork. This is the bedrock of your import. We're talking about essential documents like your Form M, the PAR, Pre-Arrival Assessment Report, and the SunCap certificate for regulated products. A single error, a missing signature, or a mismatched detail on any of these can bring your entire shipment to a grinding halt at customs, triggering inspections and costly delays. The second mistake is fundamentally misunderstanding international trade terms, known as Incoterms. These 3-letter codes define who pays for what and where risk transfers from the seller to you. For instance, you might agree to an EXW, Ex-Works price with your supplier in China, thinking you got a great deal because the unit price looks incredibly low. But you might not realize this term means you are responsible for every single cost from the factory door to your warehouse in Nigeria. This includes arranging and paying for Chinese export documentation, local transport from the factory to the Chinese port, and all the port handling charges in China. These costs add up fast and can be incredibly expensive. A much safer choice for most importers is FOB, Free on Board, where the supplier handles all those local costs and gets the goods loaded onto the ship. The third mistake is poor supplier vetting. These mistakes are not just about money, they are about risk. In the rush to find the cheapest price, many importers fail to properly verify a supplier. This can lead to you receiving substandard goods that are impossible to sell, or, in the worst-case scenario, you pay a deposit and receive no goods at all. A proper vetting process, including asking for business licenses and considering a third-party factory audit, is non-negotiable. Fourth, and this is a big one, is underestimating your total landed cost. The price you pay your supplier is just the beginning. You must calculate the full cost of getting the goods into your hands. This includes ocean freight, insurance, Nigerian customs import duty, VAT, port levies, terminal handling charges, and local trucking to your warehouse. Failing to account for all these variables can turn a profitable venture into a loss before the container even lands. Finally, the fifth mistake is poor planning for customs clearance. Many importers assume their clearing agent will handle everything, but a good clearance process starts with you. It involves sending all correct documents to your agent the ship arrives and coordinating with them to book terminal appointments. Poor communication and last-minute planning can result in your goods being seized for compliance issues or accumulating enormous demurrage and storage charges that can sometimes exceed the value of the goods themselves. Each of these 5 mistakes is a landmine waiting to explode your budget and your business timeline. Avoiding them isn't about being lucky, it's about being prepared. Learning to identify and systematically sidestep these common errors is not just good practice. It is absolutely essential for anyone serious about building a sustainable and profitable import business in Nigeria today. This series is your promise of clarity. We are here to give you a detailed, step-by-step roadmap to navigate the world of Nigerian shipping and importation. Forget confusing jargon and vague advice. We will then take you on a journey through the entire process of importing from China to Nigeria. This will be a comprehensive end-to-end guide. We will start with how to find reliable suppliers, verify reliable suppliers, and negotiate prices. We will cover how to manage contracts, choose the right payment methods to protect yourself, and select the best freight options for your budget and timeline. The guide will continue through the customs clearance process in Nigeria, explaining each step you need to take to get your goods out of the port and into your warehouse. This is the practical, hands-on information you need to import from China safely and efficiently. Finally, for those of you looking to go beyond just importing, we will explore a new and lucrative business opportunity, breaking into the ship agency business. We will explain exactly what a ship agent does and the critical role they play in the maritime industry. You will learn about the licenses and registrations required, the startup costs involved, and the core services you can offer. We will provide a blueprint for how to build this business from the ground up, from finding your first clients to managing the risks. This entire series is designed to equip you not just to survive, but to thrive in Nigeria's import and maritime sector.